What's up, Ravens Flock, Ravens Nation? Please like and subscribe. This is your boy, Fresh Life, you know? Yeah, I got a couple things I want to address. Ride with me, talk with me. Um, Rashad Bateman issues, Ravens issues as a whole, issues with the fandom. My man's Devin Duvernay. All that in between as we get into it. Part of my beard has been matted down with a mask all day, so I'm in my car, so everything all good. Also, continue to remain safe out here. First of all, we down a receiver. Bateman's out for the year. We know that. I don't know how the Ravens just didn't try to make an acquisition, knowing that, because they had to know last week. They had to know it was a possibility. And that's what I'm talking about. You're going to lose a lot of fans. You're not listening to what your fan base wants. Them the ones paying to see the show. You have to accommodate the people who's trying to pay to see the show. Also, that might be a good thing. We get to see Duvernay get more opportunities, passing wise. I've said that since the beginning of last season. Duvernay is there. Debo Samuel. Shout out to my man Horace Torres. He would tell you the first time I spoke to him, we met, I told him. And he wasn't big on Duvernay, but I think that's changing. I was like, Duvernay might be our best receiver, complete receiver. Between him and Prochet, I was big on both of them. He was more big on Prochet, I was big on Duvernay. So, I like them both. I just felt in their offense they didn't get the opportunity. Now Hollywood's gone, Bateman's out, Duvernay will get his opportunity. But it's Lamar's job to get him more targets, That's not to say that he don't try. It's just he got to look his way. Because a lot of those targets go to Andrews. Now, he get to build trust into these other receivers because he has to. You know what I'm saying? What I don't like to hear is these fans continue to berate Lamar like he had 2 bad games or so in a bad game, like they all had. All the quarterbacks had bad games. Even when Josh Allen played us, even though we were supposed to win that game, Josh Allen didn't have a good game either. The team just came up top. We got to do better. Hopefully now we solved their closing games problem. But make the call to OBJ. Worst thing he could say is, nah, I'm cold. Make the call. Don't be prideful. Help your quarterback. Help him. But I'm tired of hearing people, Devin Duvernay is an awesome football player, but he's no number 1 receiver. He's a weapon. He's not. Dude, the dude's a wide receiver, man. Stop it. Because he's reliable when you throw it to him. When you give him the ball in his hands, he's reliable. Give him the ball. It's no different than when they try to put wide on Tyreek Hill and run packages, jet sweeps and all that with them. It's no different. But give him the ball vertically. Also, we got to watch out for these fans continue to doubt Lamar. Like, for what? This 5 years down the line. We ain't never had a quarterback that won 75% of his game. Yeah, you say, okay, he can improve in the playoff department, but he get you there. He's going to get you there every year. If he's healthy, you're going to the playoffs. That's not an exception to the rule. That is the rule. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Give me the chances. Something will break off sooner or later. It's coaching. It's football is a team sport. He had 8 drop passes that first playoff game. Make 3 of those, their whole complexity of their game change. Momentum is a thing, man. You also got Deshaun Jackson. Hope he plays Monday. They say he's activated, but we'll see. Be a difference maker. And Isaiah likely need to be moved to receiver. I don't care what you say or anybody else says. He need to be moved to receiver. Everybody says it. Every commentator, everybody says Isaiah's a tight end, but he looks like a receiver out there because he is a receiver. Notice that his blocking got better. A lot better. They're young, so they got to learn the game. But he's a receiver, man. Put him in a receiver. It's not going to hurt. He's a yards after the catch type of receiver. That's what we need. That's what we need. Yards after the catch receivers. Put him in there. Get the potato opportunities. Put him in there and see what you got. Because obviously you're going to ride with what you're going to ride with. And also, now I'm going to get to the real juicy stuff. Okay. People say, well, Lamar's going to cost too much. He don't deserve this or that. Okay. I did the numbers last night because I'm not the type of person who's just going to talk, just hear herself talk. I'm going to come with facts. So, 2017. You don't believe me? You can look it up. Google, Bing, I don't care. Alibaba, I don't care. Look it up. 2017, the Baltimore Ravens were worth $2.5 billion. Not 2.4, not 2.6. $2.5 billion. Look it up. The franchise as a whole worth. Fast forward 2022. The Baltimore Ravens is worth $3.9 billion. Okay? So, since Lamar Jackson took it over as quarterback, the Ravens garnered $1.4 billion in revenue. Worth as a franchise. $1.4 billion. So you mean to tell me you crying you can't pay your quarterback $250 million guaranteed, which 7% of $3.9 billion is a whopping $252 million. So if everything that Lamar Jackson has done, both as a passer and runner, you mean to tell me you can't give him $250 million, which 7% says, you mean to tell me he's not worth 7%? When he's 80% of your offense, he's not worth 7% of your revenue. You're still getting away with 2.2 or the 2.1, $1.1 billion of revenue. Give that man his cut. That's his cut. You try to tell me he ain't worth 7% of that? You don't believe me? Look the numbers up. Guaranteed. And all you had to do is give him 232. He'd been happy, guaranteed. Now you gonna have to give him way more than 250. Say, hey, I'll give you the 250. You couldn't even meet him halfway to give him 200. You could have said, bro, I'm gonna give you $280 million, right? But I'm gonna give you 200 guaranteed. He might would have signed it because all right, that's close enough. No, 133, and which is only 120 something was going to be at signing, but 133 guaranteed. But like 128, 124, 120 something guaranteed. No, that 250 million. Then people was like, well, he's going to see the life of that contract, so he's going to get it. Man, look, I've seen stranger things that happen. That's stranger in fiction. Something might happen, they get an argument, they trade them before they get to the end of that deal. No, I need my money now, Chief. Now, two of them games, I was like, yo, you got to clean that up. If you want fully guaranteed money, I can't see you giving full guaranteed money when you make mistakes, rookie mistakes like that. But once I took myself out of there and realized he's pressing because what he has to press. But you mean to tell me now, ain't no possible way, as Ravens fan base, you believe that Lamar Jackson not even worth 7% of the revenue that he brought in? Jersey sales. People come to Baltimore to see him. He's the most electrifying thing to see on TV. On Sunday, watching football. Not Patrick Mahomes, not the rest of them. Lamar, Demetrius Jackson. Because he'll do anything. Alright, and he's doing that with the cast that he has. Tyler Murray has no excuses. He got Roddy Anderson, he has Hollywood Brown, and he has D-Hop. And look what the Cardinals still doing. He has no excuses. The suck. He has none. Alright? Josh Allen was teetering in the trash category till they went and got him Stephon Diggs. Our two elite receivers make everything easy. Your throws get a lot easier. Because Lamar has receivers get the least separation of any other receivers in the league doing the metric that I just read. So that means he got to be pinpoint accurate all the time. It's impossible to do that when you got 300-pound men coming for your ass. Come on, I said it. You got to give him something. You got to put it out there. So he ain't got no choice but to press. You can't be pressed and be accurate too. You don't have time to do both. First, also, Ravens need to run more hurry-up offense. Lamar is at his best when he makes quick decisions. When the game's sped up, he speeds up, he plays fast. Some people got a clock. The more time they have, the more thinking they do. Thinking on the football field is a bad thing if you got too much time. Because you overanalyze instead of going with the read that provided you. Let's go with what you see. He plays better fast. Lamar in a hurry-up offense is like a work of art. Now, I'm going to say this again, Raven. EDC, make the call. Ozzy would have made the call. Ozzy would call Odell 2 months ago and say, hey, man, when you feel like it, man, come on. Or would have made the trade. Ozzy would have did it. Ozzy ain't fully in charge no more, but he's still, yeah, but you know, it's apparent. Y'all want to either contend or you want a championship. Now, I'm good at Raekwon Smith. That was an awesome pickup. Yeah, that we needed that, but we needed that. We needed that just as much as a wide receiver, but not one or the other. We needed both. But Ravens need to stop getting these players that they going off of potential. Instead of draft somebody that's already ready to go. Because Bateman was coming off an injury when he got drafted. Or tried to heal from injury when he got drafted. And then got injured in training camp. Because he wasn't already healed. So he already had an injury history. Hollywood Brown already had an injury history. You know who didn't have an injury history? DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, which we should have got when we got Lamar too. But I'm not going to talk about it. That's who they should have traded for. I would gave up a number one and a 1 and a 4 for DJ Moore. Because then you don't need no super duper star. We need like a Chris Godwin. How about we should try to get Chris Godwin off the Bucks? They ain't going nowhere. Something. We need a dog. We just need a dog. Mar don't need a whole lot because Our offense is not pass centric, it's run centric. But you need somebody that's going to demand a double coverage always. I don't see what's the problem. I do not see what's the problem. But hey, I need y'all to do better than that. Like, I don't care right now. I'm gonna say what I'm saying. These fans is off the chain, man. Especially these young fans that haven't lived through the bowler years or wasn't there. You wasn't there with Testaverde, with Tony Banks, with Kyle Bowler. When we had to deal with Jim Harbaugh as a quarterback, you wasn't there. You wasn't there when we had Cordell Stewart. He done went from Pittsburgh to the Ravens and back to Pitt. You wasn't there. More the best thing ever happened to the Ravens outside of Ray Lewis. And if he remains a Ravens, he's gonna guarantee have a statue in front of the stadium. Cause guess what? Lamar could go places in Baltimore that Ray couldn't. Now, Lamar could go places in Baltimore that Ray Lewis can't or wouldn't. And this man had a whole murder case on him. Now, he didn't do it because I believe the courts got it right. If they say he didn't do it, he didn't do it. He was innocent. I don't care if you think he did it or not. Of course he was innocent, so he's innocent. But we got to do better. You got the fan base and these prejudiced people in this fan base, every little thing. And then when you heard Roquan Smith, he speaks so well. What are you supposed to speak? He's well spoken. But then they say about Lamar. Oh, well, I can't understand him. He's dumb or whatever. This dude went to Louisville. The boy not dumb. Speak with a southern drawl. Stop assuming because the person's speech is not everything. Speech is really is inducive to the environment that you live in. You got old school country grandparents or parents, you're going to most likely speak like that. Now, can you turn it on and off? I can. Now, do I want to turn it on and off at times? No, because that's who I am. I'm not ashamed to be who I am. That's me. But let that man be him. People love him. And you should too. You have no reason to hate Lamar Jackson. You have no reason. You could criticize him, yes, because you don't want to see your players make mistakes. But don't discount what he has done for this team. Because that's what people are doing. And you act like he's Carson Wentz or Kahaneke or some kind of Taysom Hill or some kind of whack quarterback that's out there. And he's a top 5 quarterback. MVP we ain't never had that ever. We ain't never had no MVP offensive anything. For a 5-year span, Ed Reed was our offense and he a defensive player. So stop it. Even when we had Deion Sanders, Brian Billett you put him out there to take snaps as a receiver. Y'all don't remember that? You're too young. Stop it with the bullshit, man. I know I shouldn't be cursing on here, but it's frustrating. You have a player that's doing all this stuff. These other players can't do what Lamar do. Put Patrick Mahomes on the Ravens, that 500 team or below. Josh Allen, the same deal. Tyler Murray, he can't do nothing. He can't do shit with the players that he has. Come on, man. Cut it out. Cut it out, man. That's all. That's all I want y'all to do is just stop. Cut it out. Stop. Think about what you're saying. Think about what are you saying for a second. Coaching. They don't get done this year. They got to go. Clean house. The message, clean house. The message is still clean house. Cause I don't want to hear it. Because here's the thing, and it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Harbaugh not going to be fired unless they fire EDC. Because Eric is not firing him and his neighbor. That's an awkward conversation between their wives. So they're going to have to clear house. That means EDC going to have to go. The whole staff. But anyway, I love y'all. I just gotta put that out there. Shouts out to Horse Tours. Nitro from the Wonder Ken show. Bro, I disagree on that duvernay take that you had. But it's all love though. I'm not supposed to agree with everything that you say just because you said it. You made a point. But at the end of the day, he's been our most productive receiver. He hasn't dropped as many passes. He just need more opportunities too. How do you know if he don't get the opportunities? We should do our things against the Saints. They don't have Michael Thomas. All you really have to zero down on is Alvin Kamara. If they put Taysom Hill, that dumb stuff out here, you just be ready for it. You got Lamar Jackson, so anything below him, you should be able to stop, no problem. And call Brandon Williams, bring Big Baby back, and stop playing. But y'all be real. Y'all have a good weekend. Let me know what y'all think. I might have some more heat for you. Because the stuff I've seen on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. People just talk stupid. And if you want that fire, you want that heat, come see me. You disagree, come see me. Hit me down and comment below, send me a message. Something, come see me. Because I could go all night. Y'all be easy.